Hey YouTube, Chris, the Thrift Shop Hustler here. We're going to go over what sold on eBay this week. I do this about maybe twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week, where I go over some of my sales, some of the more important sales that I want to kind of shed some light on and kind of dive a little bit deeper. Once again, I'm Chris, the Thrift Shop Hustler. Been reselling for pretty close to 30 years. I want to thank everyone for the amazing support, all the new subscribers. If you're not subscribed and you want to learn about other things in reselling, hard goods, collectibles, and things like that, please click the subscribe button. As we're going to go through this whole video, there's going to be lots of different things that I want to show you, some things that you might have passed up, and a little history behind why I buy what I buy, sometimes how much I paid for it, and kind of a little bit of kind of theory behind what I do. And hopefully it'll spark your interest and you'll find something that you normally would have passed up. So let's get right into what sold on eBay this week. And so what up first, we have this Mystery Science Theater 3000 collection. It was a few of the seasons, a few of the earlier seasons. It was 18 discs. There was no boxes for these. And as you can see here, everything was in these little Case Logic cases. Well, anyways, I took a best offer for 120 on this. This was part of 1,200 DVDs that I purchased from a local secondhand shop. And I got a great deal on these, so pretty much I will be selling these for the next year pretty much. And so you're going to see a lot of these videos where I kind of show you guys a lot of the different DVDs. But anyways, this series took a best offer for $120. I had this up for maybe less than a week. And like I said, there was no boxes. There was just inserts, but got a pretty good amount of money for it. Always look out for TV shows. Not all the TV shows seasons are going to be worth that much, but some of the out of print stuff is definitely worth the money. So I took a best offer for 120 on this. Pretty good find. Next up is this vintage Disneyland Pirates of the Caribbean cap gun rifle and kind of pistol from the 80s. Those that are familiar with the 80s Disneyland stuff, this was sold in the little pirate shop as soon as you get out of the ride. And there's a little shop that's right there on the right. And in the 80s, these were sold there. And there's no markings on these as far as saying Disneyland. There's no stickers. This was an adult-owned collector piece. And so this is one of those things where knowledge comes in, because I remember these. I saw these. I know exactly where they were from. And so this collector was a huge collector of Disneyland stuff, so this was pulled from that collection. So this was in amazing condition. I probably could have got a higher price for these, as I took a best offer for, I want to say 60, no, I think like 55 plus $11.99 shipping. Which to me, I got these for pretty cheap, and so I still made pretty good money on these. The thing is, these were in amazing condition, considering that these were from, excuse me, from the 80s. And so look out for these kind of cap guns and things like that. Some of the older ones go for a pretty good amount of money. Even some of the 50s stuff that's metal, that looks like cowboy guns. I want to say like Hubley does some of them. And I think Mark's Toys might have done some of the older cap guns and stuff like that. But also look out for those. So some of those go for good money. So I bubble wrapped this up. I bubble wrapped them individually and then shipped it. I could have made a box for this, but it was bubble wrapped so well that I just put it in a large, I think it was like a 20 by 12 bubble mailer, and it was good to go. Like I said, I put a ton of bubble on it. So also, when you're shipping kind of stuff like this that's wood or delicate, you kind of want to make sure that you package it up correctly. And so that's what I did on that. So if you want to see actually a video of how I pack collectibles, I know I've said this, leave a comment below and I'll see what I can do. Next up, we have these Lego minifigures. This was part of a Lego set, and I'll leave a link below up here, below. I'll leave a link up here. It should be there, and it'll show you how I pretty much buy Legos in bulk and separate them and then sell them in parts. It's a good video. You should check it out. And so, yeah, I think I want to say I took a best offer for this for like, I want to say $80 or so. No, 75. And to me, it was still a good price. I got the whole bag of Legos for $20. So I still have the bulk of it still left over. Like I said, the real money is in the minifigures. So if you have minifigures and stuff hanging around in your house, and the thing is, these weren't even all complete. These were just like literally pieces. So if you have some of these and they're all like pretty much complete, they would even demand more money. I try to put these all together, but literally 2 hours into it, I just couldn't do it. Next up, we have this PlayStation 1 Tactics Org. I think that's how you pronounce that. Anyways, from Atlas. Atlas is a pretty prolific, rare video game company. So anytime you see Atlas, let me see if I can zoom in there. You see it says Atlas on the bottom. I don't think you can probably see that. Anytime you see that, buy whatever game that is, because it's usually going to be hard to find. So anyways, this was just instruction booklet. Just the instruction booklet went for $16.92. I had it on sale. I had this up for probably about a week. I took some offers on this, and that I declined because they wanted too low, because this thing was like pretty much in mint condition. So also another pro tip for you all out there is to look into, not Nintendo, but like video game instructions. Some of the more rarer games, even the boxes and the instructions are worth good money. So never pass up these. These were in mint condition, so I think that's why it went for $16.92, which you might think like that's not too crazy, but when you think about it, it's an instruction booklet that goes with the game. That's pretty good money for that. So definitely look out for that. Next up, we got this 101 Dalmatians DVD. It went for $40, and you might say to yourself, whoa, $40 for a DVD? What's going on here? Let me tell you something about out-of-print DVDs. Out-of-print DVDs are pretty much what they say. They're out of print. You cannot buy these anymore. I'm not even sure this comes on Blu-ray. All that kind of stuff factors in with collectors. Always do your research on DVDs. I can't tell you how many times I go to Goodwill, thrift shops, different places where some of these really rare DVDs, and there's a lot of them, don't get me wrong, there is a lot of them that you can sell between $20 and $40, $50, $60. There's a pretty good amount of them. You just have to do your research. And like I said, this was 101 Dalmatians. This sold pretty fast. This was part of that DVD collection of 1,200 DVDs. I have a ton of those still to go through. I've barely scratched the surface. So like I said, you guys are going to see through the course of the next coming months of these DVDs that I'm going to be selling. So I'll touch upon, I've been selling a pretty good amount of them since I listed them last week. And so you're going to see the progression of, like, I'll pull out the kind of odder ones that you guys might be like, oh, I didn't know that would go for that. So anyways, you see 101 Dalmatians DVD in good shape. Pick it up, especially this cover, $40 used. It's not new. This would probably go for about $70 to $80 if it was sealed. Next up, we have this custom Gary Vaynerchuk custom. I sold a few of these this week. I just wanted to touch upon this real quick again. I make art, I paint toys, and I repackage them. Everything is custom made. And so, once again, if you have any kind of artistic ability, look into making customs, repainting toys. It's a pretty good niche, pretty good side business. It's been good for me for the last 10 years. I've been doing customs and painting different toys for over 10 years, but pretty strong over the last 10 years. So also look at that if you are an artist. So you can definitely look into selling your work on eBay and Etsy. I actually do a pretty good business selling some of my older work on Etsy. Next up, we have this Play It Again DVD from that collection again. I want to show you that this was just pretty much bread and butter, $16.96. It was on sale. This was another out-of-print DVD that's hard to find. There was tons of those in that thing. So I want to hammer home in this video that DVDs, for the most part, are junk. I'm going to tell you that right now. For the most part, DVDs are junk. You want to stay clear of them. But some of them are worth good money. You just have to do your research. It's one of those things where if you have time to scan them all if they have the barcodes on them. You'll find diamonds in the rough all the time. I mean, like I said, for the most part, DVDs are junk. And so getting familiar of what DVDs are out of print, and I mean, there's hundreds of them, but I'm saying is if you do this long enough, you can go into any store, any thrift shop, any Goodwill, any garage sale, any estate sale, and literally cherry pick these right out if you know the titles. So do your research. One of the main reasons I do these videos is to show you guys, something that you've probably known about, or something kind of refresh your memory or get you excited about stuff as simple as like DVDs. Get excited. There's some gems still out there. This was part of that collection. Next up, we have Chick Tracts. I made a video about this, I want to say a couple days ago. I'll leave a link above. You should see it. Should be right there, right now. We talk about Chick Tracts. What are those? They're Christian theology comic books. Some would say it would be religious propaganda. Some of these are very rare. Some of them are hard to find. They produced a ton of these over the years. I think 800 million of different stories have been produced. They made 250 different stories. This one happened to be a variation from 1986. Like I said, they've printed so many of these over the years that some of the early versions of these are very hard to find because sometimes there's an error in something or they change something up on the printing press, and the earlier versions go for a lot. So this actually, I took a best offer for $18 on this. So like I said, watch that video. It's a Know Your Stuff video. We go deep into Chick Tracts, and check that out. We have another out of print DVD. I took a best offer for this for $30. It was a single DVD. It was Fork. It was some kind of sci-fi series I've never even heard of. And like I said, I cannot stress enough, those older DVDs that are out of print, they go for good money. And there was tons of these in that collection. And like I said, we're going to be going over that over the next few months, possibly in the next year. I'm going to be selling these. So check out for that. Once again, thank you guys for watching. Click the subscribe button if you want to see more of this type of video. Click the bell if you want to get notifications every time I upload a video, which is a couple times a week. Not too crazy. I don't upload videos every day, though I would like to. But I thought, we can take a couple days off, upload another video, take a couple days off, upload a video. And like I said, there's tons of stuff that I'm knowledgeable about. So I'm glad you're here. Click the like button if you appreciated this video. Leave a comment below if you have any questions about any of the merchandise you saw. And check out my eBay store. I'm gonna post a link down there if you want any. If you're a DVD collector and you want to see some of these rare DVDs that I have, click the link below. All right, guys, take care.